Morning, Bill here with the Metals Minute. Today is Wednesday, August 10th, 2022. Well, the big news out today is the CPI has been revealed for July, and it came in at 8.5%. And that's being touted as a successful number because June was 9.1. And so they believe that perhaps inflation has peaked for the time being. And so we're seeing that number at 8.5 is being celebrated currently on Wall Street. And also the metals are higher. And for the week, they're all up as well, very nicely. And so the details are in the write-up. But we also have some other information that kind of tempers this knowledge. Real wages continue to decline. And by real wages, what we mean are the rate of pay increases that people generally receive on average compared to the rate of inflation. And the rate of inflation is higher than the rate at which people's pay has increased. And so it continues to be a difficult environment for consumers. However, it's nice to have some of the prices lower, but there's a concern about dwelling costs, rent, and that sort of thing has continued to show positive numbers. And food costs are also showing positive numbers in terms of inflation. So we'll keep an eye on this, but one of our concerns, or one of my projections, was that they would try to get that number as low as possible for this quarter in the hopes of getting the CPI beneath the print from last year of 5.9%. With this number that came in July, even though it's lower, I don't think they're going to be able to get it that low to bring a lower COLA for next year. So plugging in July's numbers, I think the lowest that we'll see a COLA for Social Security recipients next year, the lowest number should be 7.4%. And that's if they're wildly successful at reversing the gains in inflation that we saw in the second quarter of this year. If they can just simply reverse that and get the CPIW number back down to 284 by the end of September, then we would see a COLA for Social Security, veterans, different government sector employees, retirees, would see that number at 7.4, but that would be the lowest I think it would be. And if it just stayed the same, if inflation just stayed at the same rate for the next 2 months, we would see a number of COLA come in at around 8.6%. So likely it'll be somewhere between 7.4 and 8.6. If it gets out of control again in the next 2 months, we could see a COLA as high as 9. But I don't believe these numbers that we're seeing in the media telling people they could get 10.25% on their COLA adjustment next year. I don't think we'll see that. It'll be between 7.4 and 8.6 is most likely where it will end up. So inflation is still a real issue, and keep in mind the lower fuel costs came from depleting our strategic petroleum reserves, which are now at near-term record lows. It's been many years since they've been this low, and they're going to have to replenish that, unfortunately, with higher fuel prices. So we'll see what goes on there, but we're not out of the woods yet, but some of these numbers are coming down. But keep in mind, it's still a positive inflation rate. 8.5 is still a significant rate of inflation, and people are talking about a cut in interest rates, and keep in mind their rates are still below 3%. And so we'll probably see another rate hike, at least one more, in September. And then we'll see what the effects of the inflation are. But we're still in an inflationary environment, still in a stagflationary environment, and it continues to be a good environment for gold and silver investors. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you informed. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.